the team which beat Warrington here 2013 a week ago with 2 tries from Ivor Rapati, taking his season's total to 14. And it's a first outing a substitute for Aaron Palilai, who's moved from Nottingham City. Castleford welcome back St John Ellis on the right wing after suspension, and in the second row Neil Batty, who's retired once, defies doctor's orders to replace the suspended Lee Crooks. And there's Graham Steadman back on his old ground for only his second comeback game in the first team after his cheek was broken in the autumn. Lee Crooks, of course, can only watch today. He's been suspended for 8 matches after being sent off a week ago. But Chris Bibb is playing. His contract at Post Office Road lasts till the end of the season. Featherstone very much hope he'll sign a new one too. Well, coming later we feature David Young and see his Leeds debut against Barrow, plus today's only all First Division Cup tie between Wakefield and Sheffield. But now let's join our match commentators here at Post Office Road, David Watkins and John Helm.
The rivalry as intense as ever between Castleford and Featherstone, and when the Castleford names were read out, Graham Steadman's was roundly booed. You'd probably expect that, playing against his former side. And Featherstone straight away looked to get a try in the corner with Ivor Rapati. Well, what a start that would have been. And they're still going, and the ball is down, and it's over, and it can't be a try, surely. I thought the referee was saying no immediately. It was Gary Rose. What a sensational first derby match that would have been for him. But I saw Robin Whitfield signal no try immediately. So despite Rose's leap, it wasn't to be. And now Castleford need the ball, and they've got it. Gary French. Well, what a start, David.
Well, that was sensational to say the least. It's always been daunting to come to Featherstone. It's always difficult to play here. So parochial a crowd and biased. And Cass know that there's more than reputations at stake this afternoon.
And I was saying about Graham Steadman, and obviously you really want to do well against the club that sold him to Castleford.
Well, I would imagine it would be difficult. I've never been in that position myself, but it is difficult. You're coming back and playing against teammates you actually played with. They know a little bit about you, and I've no doubts at all the crowd will give him a lot of stick. Incredible start to this game here. I mean, I can't see what was wrong with that there, but the touch judge obviously said it was in touch, and he was at that side of the player. But what a start.
Steadman, this time he elects to kick, and that's a super spinning kick. Oh, that is the most perfect kick he could possibly have negotiated.
Well, what better could you ask for to start the game than that? A lovely jinking run and then a superb kick right across the floor. Gained something like 40 yards.
Must have done his confidence good.
Absolutely.
A record signing. Showing that there is some money in the game. When you think that Featherstone bid £170,000 for Lee Crooks. Staggered a lot of people. Here's Castleford with a real chance. French 5 yards out. Getting that ball from the scrum was crucial. And well, they're still here because the ball was knocked back. Oh, it went into Newlove's hands. A little steadiness there, and the first points had to be on the board.
Well, you can put that down to nerves, really, in a local derby situation, but there was no excuse for passing the ball to the man on the opposite side.
Burt once more. Smacking to Kevin Ward. Aided and abetted there by Neil Batty. Gratian, Fox. Shorter ball to Bibb. And on the last tackle. It'll be Fox to kick, but there's an offside anyway. And such is the attraction of this match that fans are still outside the ground, determined to get in, willing to pay their money. And there's no doubt, whatever else happens in the season, this is regarded as the match of the season at Post Office Road. Oh, that was delightful, and Fox has made the break, and he's got support on either side. He turns it to the left, and once again the ball is spilled. It was all just a little bit too hurried in the end. Derek Fox had almost too many options, perhaps. He still found his man coming in support, Alan Dakin, and eventually the ball spun for Castleford into their hands. Relief at both ends.
They really depend on him a lot. He does make some superb runs. By taking that ball flat, the defence really couldn't get a grip with him. And he just saw the gap and went straight through it. Everyone has given chase, but he takes the right option. He had to give it out. The pass got in that time, but of course the forward with him couldn't really get it away properly, and Joyner got in the way, and just didn't happen.
And that's a great ball back inside for Hardy, and that was good teamwork between Ellis, Larder and Hardy. They all knew where they all were. French, Joyner, Ward. Well, some lively stuff from Castleford in these opening moments. It's not easy to hold on to the ball today, and Stedman can't keep his feet either for the moment. Well, there have been a lot of promising raids, if no tries as yet. Joyner, it's going to go into Featherstone hands again. Well, both sides have had their chances.
They have a few bad passes spoiled it really, but it is back to the classic cast we all knew some time ago when they throw the ball away.
What a time for Burton to drop the ball, and St John Ellis, 15 yards out, was only too thankful to pick it up. Dean Sampson, son of the former Castleford coach Dave Sampson. Joyner, the short ball for Ward, and Ward looks for the supporting Stedman, and he's held up by very good tackling, 7 yards out. Well, Castleford have got tremendous options here, and Batty, they thought there was an obstruction, but he's hauled down again just before the last tackle. They'll have to be quick if they're going to get a try. Featherstone amassing the ranks, but he's buried his way over, I think. Looks to have tunnelled his way. Robin Whitfield again says no try, and he was right on the line. So Steve Larder this time is denied. Well, that's happened at both ends.
Well, Castle determined to play good football, and they are, because the ball is being passed in very difficult conditions. They're moving about. The final pass has let them down time and time again. But Whitfield was there at that time, and it was quite obvious that it wasn't a try because nobody really argued about it. Quick play the ball here and dives forward for the line, but there's no doubts at all about it. He was there as well, and that ball certainly wasn't across the line.
Well, that's lost, and it's gone straight into Anderson's hands. He was in the right place at the right time. England will carry the move on, coming towards the Featherstone 25. And this time it's a penalty for Castleford, offside against Chris Burton. So Graham Stedman elects to kick a goal.
I've just noticed in the game, actually, the passes are being dropped more often than not because players aren't running from depth. They are standing flat and still, and as a result, they're in a position where the man going forward gets the ball out, and because he's not on the move at all, they're just dropping the ball.
And he's a 2-point scorer. The ball is out of the ground, but the flags are up, and 2 points for Stedman, 2 points for Castleford. Nick, down on the touchline.
John, just an indication of the conditions. Alan Banks out here on the Featherstone right wing, quite near the touchline here, has been desperately trying to keep warm. He's not doing it now, but he's been shaking his hands about in a desperate attempt to keep warm. That's a very difficult job for wingers who aren't getting much service on a day like this. The rain is blowing horizontally into their faces.
I know the feeling. Fox reverses the ball to Dakin. Jeff Grayson has stayed down with an injury. Looks in some discomfort. The kick through is a good one, and Clark following through just couldn't get there. Well fallen on by Keith England. So Featherstone for the moment have a player out, but it doesn't matter if Castleford have knocked on. And now John Joyner says, "Please, can I go, sir?" And the answer is yes. Neil Roebuck, former Bradford Northern player who's joined his hometown club. Still no try scored in this match. It's Hardy for Castleford, looks for a gap and gets it away. And that's a lovely ball reversed inside for Larder. Fine tackle on him by Bibb, who'd come up from the full-back position. saw what was on. Stedman once more. A looped ball for French that time. Well, that'll be a knock-on and picked up by Fox, who's got a bit of time to think about things this time. Newlove tries to hold off Hardy. Roebuck helped him out. Oh, nuts. Well, it wasn't a knock-on. Eva Reparty has the ball in his hands, and that's, I think, the first time since the first minute of the match. The New Zealander here who is one more match to play, that's all. So John Joyner is just seeking advice, I think, on that shoulder. And, not a nice moment, I'm sure, for him. Who wants it? It's the handover, so Castleford are here, 30 yards out. A spirited plunge forward. That was Kevin Beardmore. This is Neil Roebuck. Hardy, he's a strong fellow, he's Hardy, and he's got the ball away this time for Anderson, who's surely, he was short the first time, and then the ball was scored in any case. Well, they can't get any closer without scoring.
A nice piece of interchange passing then, and they've done this quite well at times, and Hardy does create space out of nothing. But of course the referee had spotted the forward pass, and everybody's now getting terribly excited about it. It would have been a double movement as well, I would have felt.
Yes, despite the conditions, they are still trying to throw that ball around, and the handling really hasn't been at all bad, because I do assure you it's bitterly cold, and now it's a penalty against Castleford. So 16 errors in all. Castleford have made 2 more, but I don't think that's a really bad count on a day like this.
It's as bad conditions as you could possibly have for the handling game. It's slippery underfoot. It's raining, and there's a strong wind blowing down the field, which makes it nearly impossible to run against it.
And here comes the human hurricane, Chris Burton. And it would lift the Featherstone morale no end if they could get a try. Gary Rose is the next man up, former keeper, the hod carrier. He's enjoying this more than he does carrying his bricks. Duration. Again, Dakin brings it out, but they'll be able to keep the move going. And they do. Oh, great running down there. That's marvellous stuff. Smales involved in Reparty, and so was Terry Manning. They were all in there then. And they're being roared on by the crowd at the back of those sticks. Now then, can Fox weave his magic? Well, that's a penalty for a high tackle. What's going to happen? Referee Whitfield has already awarded the penalty, and he is flattened.
They've stepped up their game here. Smales doing the runaround with Derek Fox, but look at that, straight over the top of him. But Robin Whitfield was there as well, and I think he thought it wasn't an intentional. I know it's hurt the player because he's still on the floor, but the referee was there, and whilst he has awarded a penalty and he is talking to the players, he hasn't made any sort of move to send anyone from the field to play.
No, he's just had a word with Dean Sampson. Sampson is staying on the field. But Featherstone do have a penalty. Oh, he's having another word with Dean Sampson now. The lecture sufficient. Derek Fox will try to pop over his 51st goal of the season. Well, on any normal day, this would be a simple kick. Today, I'm not so sure. But Fox is sure enough. The ball is safely between the posts. Featherstone are level. Here's Burton once more. Still a sprightly runner. So still, he's been around the rugby league scene for a few years now. He won't mind me saying that. Oh, that's a lovely ball. And they've kept it going, and here is Fox again, sprinting pelting down this hill as he's done countless times. Trevor Clark takes it on. It's on the last tackle though. Could be a drop goal maybe. No, Watts will just chip it through. It wasn't an easy one to take, but Larder was equal to it. Tackles coming on and in from everywhere. You do need to be fit.
The important thing to look for in this is when the scrum half delivers the pass and the ball goes along, Smales loose forward, they've stood him out wide for a purpose. He's held up, but look, Derek Fox again on his shoulder, draws the defence, holds the ball to the last minute and puts a pass to a man coming on the burst. Good play.
Well, it'll be a rarity indeed if Castleford don't get a try today. A marvellous record over the last 2.5 seasons. And they're trying to put that right now with Grant Anderson. Crispin can't take them today. That is a sorry sight, but there is the hooter. David, it's not been a bad half, despite the fact we haven't got a try.
Well, I think Featherstone will be well pleased with themselves. Their game plan has been evident this afternoon. They've kept it tight, they've moved it out wide, and of course Cass must wonder what's going to hit them this second half, because I'm sure they'll have the wind played against them better than they've played it themselves.
Yes, I can tell you one thing is going to hit them, the wind and the rain, but there we are, 2 points each, a goal for Derek Fox, a goal for Graham Steadman. We'll be right back with the second half after the break. Welcome back to Post Office Road. A half-time score here was Featherstone Rovers 2, Castleford 2, but plenty to talk about, and Peter Fox always has something worth listening to. He's down there with Nick.
Peter, are you happy with the situation as it stands?
Yes, we've done well this first half. Been against a very strong wind, holding them to 2-2, stopping them scoring tries. That's all we could have hoped for, to be level. We didn't expect ever to be in front in this first half.
Kicking game in the second half?
Well, we shall use the ball up the field and keep them penned up here if we can. The tackling's still got to be as strong and stop them breaking away, and we might have the opportunity of winning the game.
Peter, thanks very much indeed. The news from the Castleford dressing room, by the way, they're very doubtful whether John Joyner will take any further part in the match. And just a line about Robin Whitfield's about to start the game. He came out of his dressing room without his whistle, went back for it. He's ready now, so here's John.
It's about the only thing. It's not the only thing that has been blown away this afternoon. It's very much a forwards game, David, is this one?
It is, but he is right, Peter Fox. He's got to say exactly how the game goes. It'll be stupid for them to hold the ball in their own 25, and I'm sure Derek Fox is alert enough to know that he's got to get his side down into the Castleford half.
And a personal thank you to all the Featherstone players for changing their strips for the second half. We can see the numbers again. Boot downfield is fielded by Larder, runs straight into Smales and Rose. The scrums in the first half, a real slaughtering there, 7-1 to Cass, and they also took 2 against the head, one of them very close to the Featherstone line. The penalties conceded, Cass 6, Featherstone 3, and the errors equal. Featherstone verdict. Let's have a Castleford one now from their recent signing, Lee Crooks.
Lee, what were your thoughts watching the first half?
Well, obviously, it's been a very close game. I think the conditions have having a big bearing on the game. It's a local derby, so things are going to be tight. But I think that obviously we need to probably push the ball a little bit wider and attack them more on the fringes.
A little bit concerned that you weren't ahead, bearing in mind you had the wind in the first half.
Yeah, I think that, we probably should have used the wind a little bit more, but I think it'll help us in our attack, because the ball will tend to get blown backwards more, than forwards. So I say we've got to keep pushing it wide and try and attack them wider out.
To be honest, it's a sort of day. It's not a bad day to be in the dugout, isn't it?
I suppose you could say that, but I'd rather be out there than here, I think.
Thanks very much, Lee.
I was just thinking he looked a little bit warmer. Gratian, Fox. It's to Newlove, and Newlove sets off down the right touchline. And he really does take some stopping. He's got to make sure he stays in play, though. He's out now. Paul Newlove, 16 tries so far this season, including a hat-trick here against Lee. But no one has yet got over the line legally today. A couple have been over the line and they've not counted. And again, Castleford doing really well in the scrums. And again, Stedman here. All got the ball lost in the tackle just as he went down. Slithered away from his hands. That
was an important tackle then by Ian Smales, because he not only did he stop him going forward then, Graham Stedman, but he also made him drop the ball and give them possession back.
What a pass that was from Fox on his knees. Still aware enough to get the ball out. That really was cute. Clark, Gratian, and Sharp at the shoulder. Strong stuff from Featherstone now, and the fans behind the posts cheering in anticipation. Are we going to get a try at last? Oh, it's gone to ground, but it's fallen on, and 6 more tackles. It touched the Castleford foot. It's a great chance for Featherstone as Alan Dakin goes to within 15 yards, and a penalty is awarded for the tackle by Sampson. And Sampson himself got injured in the knock. Well, Sampson's going to have to be careful. He's been spoken to already.
Yeah, but if you watch this in the tackle here, he does bring his elbow up here. Look at that, he caught him right under, and obviously he wanted to get him back, and he took a swing at him. There's no doubt at all about it, but the referee was there, and retaliation means a penalty.
Derek Fox, 4-2.
Something like that today, because you wouldn't have a clue which side anybody was on at times. The shirts are so muddy. That's just one of the problems. There's a bit of rain on some of our camera lenses, and the trainers have also been on to wipe mud out of a number of players' eyes. So problems all around, but we love our Sunday afternoon rugby league, and nothing's going to stop us. Well then. Not an easy one to take on. It's well fielded. Now this looks good. Not really a day for 80-yard tries, though. The passing is good here from Castleford, very good indeed, and so is that ball from Anderson to Ellis. Now then, St John Ellis, he's out of the tackle, still going. Finally, Chris Bibb comes across to say you're not going to go any further.
One of the problems that Peter Fox is talking about. They're under pressure now, they have to move the ball out, and it's exactly what they did. But it's first-class passing right along the line here, and St John Ellis now really knows he's got an opportunity. He shrugs off a would-be tackler, and it's only a brave defence by Chris Bibb that pushes him out.
An hour at Post Office Road without a try. I can't ever recall that before, but there you go. Conditions not really aiding fast and open running rugby, as you can see. Beardmore. Still Beardmore. Terrific running from the Great Britain hooker. That was the best of Kevin Beardmore. And very good attacking work from Castleford as England took it on. There are chances this time. Strong plunge for the line might just do. Stedman was there twice. Now French. French's kick could be dangerous. Owen Rapati fumbles. The ball is kicked on. And is that a try for Steve Larner? Steve Larner's done it. It's taken an hour in coaching. paid off when Rapati fumbled the ball. 20 tries for him this season, and I wonder if there's going to be a more important one.
Featherstone have lived dangerously. They should have got the ball out of their 25 when they should have. They allowed the kick to go forward. What a blunder by the wing. Lauder persistently scrambles his way across.
If at first you don't succeed, you'll get there in the end. The try was worth 4 points, and that kick just fails to produce another 2. Not an easy day for kickers. 6 points to 4, and Cass regain the lead.
Well, it's a superb kick by Gary French, right across the face. I mean, why he didn't drop on in the first place, I have no idea. He allowed it to go behind his back, the centre did, but Phil Lauder was knowing that there was an opportunity for him, and he took it.
Gratian and Fox trying to dart into that gap. Again, it's Gratian, and there's a gap here. And he's 5 yards out, and he's on the 5th tackle as well. So once more, they'll have to be quick, they'll have to be slick. Fox is slick enough. It's going to be tackled back behind his own line, so it'll be a drop out between the posts.
Never stops thinking, does Derek Fox. Took the play with him to the right, got the players going with him, and crossed the kick back inside. Then the player took the ball in his own defensive goal area and was tackled instantly, giving him the ball back yet again to try for even more pressure.
This is an important kick. Needs as much distance as possible. Into the wind, that's not easy. Chris Bibb takes it on the burst, and Bibb goes for the line, and now the pass is out to Smales, who gets it back for Bibb. Again, they're only 6 or 7 yards out. Smales and Bibb at the heart of things once more. Heaven knows Featherstone are trying hard enough. Roared on by their fans behind those posts. Cross the line. Now it's Castleford's turn to tackle everything in sight. There comes Pelele. Quarter of an hour to go, and what a quarter of an hour it promises to be. The score only 6-4. Desperate defensive work. Last tackle once more. Smales is calling for it over on this side of the field. He really does fancy his chances today. They're trying to get Gratian over, are they? No, it's Castleford's ball again. It's good running. Very good indeed. And these really gruelling conditions, that was Neil Batty. England, good ball inside. Sampson and another ball inside, and this is effective work from Castleford. Beardmore just about able to pick himself up. Gratian again, a good ball. This time it's Newlove. Now there's a great chance over there, but once more, the tackle was good by Kevin Ward. Newlove. We've simply got to use up the tackles. Here's a chance now, and Rapati can make up for his mistake. Rapati heads for the corner. Grounded, he's there. Rapati's in at the corner. He's made up for his mistake. Rapati goes home to New Zealand next week to start a university course, and he, more than anybody on this field, wanted a try.
Well, we've said about the conditions for most of this game, saying how difficult it is, but the passing here is textbook style. Every pass was made to count. Rapati, who made that fatal mistake at the bottom end, has his opportunity, and doesn't he take it well?
You might call that a bit of a scramble. He won't care. 15 tries. And he's only got one more game to play for the club, but he's been a very popular player at Post Office Road. Well, the crowd were roaring the try. Are they going to roar the goal? No. A word of instruction has just gone out to Derek Fox from the bench. His side are ahead again at 8-6.
I mean, look at the passing movement. We've talked about it, haven't we? But, I mean, it really is timing of the pass perfectly. Even Spurs are now. Rapati, when he gets this pass, he's only one thing on his mind here now, to make up for that blunder that he made a few minutes ago. And he really does. He shimmers, stretches for the corner. Down it goes.
5 minutes to go here. Is there going to be a sting in the tail one way or the other? Lana takes the pass, comes down the touchline. Great work from Steve Lana. The long pass in for Ellis. Then the French fumbles it. Featherstone can pick it up. Well, that was Terry Manning who picked it up, and everything happened in that. The ball being switched over to that right touchline now. They're coming back infield, and it is all happening here. Alan Banks keeps the move going. Oh, and this looks marvellous for Featherstone. Terrific break again by Sharp. Paleli can mark his debut with a try. Paleli, if he can ground it, he's got it! What a debut! Aaron Paleli writes his name into the Featherstone record books, I would think. The substitute who comes on and scores a try almost immediately. It's his second try because he got one for Nottingham City earlier this season against Halifax.
Well, the conditions are really bad, but both sides have continued to try and play as much football as they can. This is a sterling break. The defence was up too flat on that situation, pushed them off, times his pass just right. Ball goes to ground, booted forward here. Brady picks it up and steamrollers his way toward the line. No one's going to stop him. What about that?
Well, this was far more important, with all due respect to Nottingham, than the try he scored for them. Paleli takes Featherstone much clearer. Fox can't take them clearer still. Nonetheless, it's looking good now at 12 points to 6. Let's go down to Nick.
Peter Smith, you must be living every moment of this, aren't you?
Oh, it's also nice to beat Castleford. I think they've got it in bag now with 3 minutes to go. That makes it 3 wins and a draw for us over Castle, which is great this season.
Just tell us how the lads will try and play this last 3 minutes now.
Well, they've got to play it tight now, keep hold of the ball and then kick it downfield as far as possible, play it in Castleford's 25.
You're going to enjoy watching it or not?
Certainly am. I'm going to enjoy it in 3 minutes' time.
Peter, thanks very much. John?
Well, I hope he's not too premature from his point of view, because the ball went straight back into Castleford's hands, and a try and a goal would, of course, bring the scores level. It's definitely not all over yet. Sampson. Only 2 minutes to go. So a countdown is this. Scrum-down and countdown together. Well picked up, superbly picked up by Anderson. Well, it was Tim Sharp who made that terrific break for Featherstone to set up Paleli's try. French with the up and under. Who fancy taking this one? Comes back on the Castleford side, but penalty awarded to Cass. They've got to run it. They do run it. Southernwood and then Hardy. There's a player flat out, but Not anybody's noticing him, unfortunately, at the moment, because everything is on the game. Oh, and here's a chance under the post. Is it going to be a try for Castleford right at the end? The referee looks and can't give it because he's not quite made it. What a melee, what a muddle. He did well to spot Pelele going over. What's going to happen here? Can Castleford snatch at least a draw, if not a victory? A minute to go. Castleford fans desperately hoping for a score. Oh, the ball is lost. And that could be the last chances for Castleford as well.
This is really fine stuff, and they've interpassed quite well at times. One can't understand why they haven't continued to do it. But he goes for the line here, and he's held now by 2-3 tacklers. He's swivelling all the time. He goes there, but the referee's there, and he certainly wasn't over.
Referee Whitfield has missed nothing. Well, we're into injury time here, and Castleford have lost 6 in a row, and it could be 7 in a row. As Fox puts out the pass, Castleford pick it up. But Featherstone could be 5 wins for them on the trot. And against Castleford as well, it means so much more to them. Oh, the ball is picked up for Featherstone by Manning. One where they would obviously seal it. It's 12 points to 6. We're in injury time, and it's looking like 2 points for Featherstone in their bid to stay in Division 1. And a victory would increase Castleford's worries. Smales has had a marvellous match at loose forward, and there he was again in the thick of things. Could yet be another score. No, there won't. It's all over. And it's Featherstone's day. Featherstone's points. Peter Fox walks back to his dressing room as calm as you like. Not many people here are calm. Castleford go down by 6 points to 12. And Featherstone have had to work every second of the 80 minutes for this success. Muddy marvels, they'll say. And there are the details of this victory. Tries then for Rapati, one of his last appearances, and for the substitute Pelele to go with those 2 Fox goals. Just one Steve Larder effort for Castleford and a Graham Stedman goal. 12 points to 6. Now, what about the Stones bidder man of the match out of that one, David?
Well, there were difficult conditions here this afternoon. There were some commendable individual performances on Featherstone's side. Some say Trevor Clark, Derek Fox, but for me, the man of the match award goes to Ian Smales. He's really stood out this afternoon with a fine performance. He positioned himself well on the outside, some good runs and good, valuable tackling all afternoon. Well, record crowd of the season. You knew you had to win.
Yeah,
performance.
We've just gone out and done our best. All 15 of the lads have given 100% to be, so we've come out on top in end, so I'm glad we've done it.
Well, that's 5 on the trot now, so hopefully it's first division only.
Yes, I hope so. We still need some more wins. We've got Bradford next week, so we hope to do the same again. Just go out and give us best every match now.
Well done, Ian, and best the rest of the season.
Thank you.
You obviously had it on your mind to get over the line once you got that ball.
Oh, not really. I felt it was better to pass it out to the wing, but I couldn't get it out to him, so I thought I'd better go on my own. And luck just happened to be on my side, so I crashed over for the try.
Does it mean more in this dressing room when you've beaten Castleford?
I must admit it does to the Featherstone lads. I mean, there's a lot of us are not really what we call Featherstone lads, but the born and bred lads, they've just got that bit of feeling, and I think it's the same in the Castleford dressing room. But we're beating a good side, make no mistake about it. We don't think that Castleford are a relegation side. I think they'll get out of the relegation zone, and I hope we can stay out as well, because in this area, Wakefield, Castleford and Featherstone should all be in the first division, and we get some good local derbies, and I think the rugby in this area deserves it.
Is there a crisis of confidence among some of the players?
I don't think there's a crisis at all, John. You know, it's obviously the players aren't playing to their potential, and obviously there is a lack of confidence in some of the players. But there's no crisis. You know, we just got to knuckle down now, and the next couple of weeks are going to be very, very vital for us.
It is just down to you, isn't it? Your own performance.
Well, you know, the thing is, you know, we're the only ones who can get us out. We've dug the hole there. We're the only ones who can get it out, the players and myself. So, you know, there's not looking for any scapegoats. We're just going to sit down and work harder, and obviously come up with a win.
Here now the statistics. Featherstone may have won the match, but Castleford's Kevin Beardmore gave Trevor Clark, who otherwise had a fine game, a real mauling in the scrums, healing 10-3, including 2 against the head. Again, it was a low penalty count, the home side conceding 5, the visitors 8. Errors in play not so low, frozen fingers accounting for 37 dropped passes, 21 of them by Castleford players. Now the results and the day's headlines. Nick.